Hey everybody, this is round 2 of the Cold Steel Showdown. And what I'm going to do is go through each of these knives just to tell you what it is, and then we're going to start making our selections. And here we go. Let's start right here with what seems like is a big favorite to win this whole thing, the Recon 1. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, stop. Here's the Colossus. Everybody knows this. Just amazing knife. Fantastic. Alright, be careful or you'll slice your finger up again by being stupid. Alright, the Spartan. Oh man. You know, I had this in the bottom of my drawer, and every time I grab this thing I just want to just punch it through a car door or something. This thing is awesome. Okay, AK-47. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't we already? No, we didn't. Alright, AK-47. Great knife. It's like the American lawman. He got jacked up, working out, doing his little football program, workout, beefed up, came back from school, you didn't recognize him. That's him. Alright, here's the Cold Steel Swift. They're assisted knife with a little spring assist, just snaps open. And I got a question on an old video today about this knife, and it said, and I had mentioned that it was a triad lock, but it's a different kind of lock, but it's basically the triad lock. So on this one, if you've never seen it, instead of the spring on the back coming up underneath and holding that thing up, I don't know if y'all have seen the triad lock. What it does, there's a little jag that comes out of the side of that lock bar, and the spring catches underneath that thing. So it's the same exact concept, except it's not exactly underneath. It's on this jag coming out of the, so it's like my thumb. Let's say my thumb is the jag. So here's the regular triad lock. That's keeping that thing springy and in place. And then in here, to make way for that assist, it's got it over here. So there's still a lot of strength there. I don't know how it compares to the triad lock, but it's basically the triad lock part 2 or something like that. But it locks up solid. This thing is one of those knives that you just want to keep flicking open. Alright, so here we go. I wouldn't put a lot of faith in this one though. He's got a lot of strong competition on this table. Oh, SR1. Yeah. Once again, my favorite of the original 2017 Cold Steel iterations. Can't really say that the Tag 4 Max is original, so he's safe. And then probably my favorite self-defense knife up here, the Black Talon Serrated. I have a Black Talon, but I'm just going to use one of these. I don't want to pit brother against brother in a civil war of Black Talons here. That would just not be right. I'll tell you what, this one will win, just to let you know. Alright, so here we go. Let's start with the Swift. He's not going to beat anybody on the table, I'm not going to lie. The blade is awesome, got that spear point blade. The G10 on this is really cool, smoothed out, feels great in hand. Locked up like a tank, just awesome. But a lot of people don't like that assist. I don't mind that. I kind of like it myself, especially when my thumbs get worn down from flicking open different knives over and over again. So this is a good one. Let's go ahead and grab the AK-47. Now what you're going to get here is the first comparison of blades. Get a little wider blade here, a little bit longer blade on the Swift. You are getting this thumb pad opening thing here with the AK-47. Plus you're getting the walnut breaker dot maker back here. The grip on this, I guess because it snugs you in with this back pinky thing here, is a little bit better for me. This is really comfortable. This is a great EDC knife. There's nothing wrong with this one, but just, I think just overall, this is really tight. This is closer than I thought it would be. I'm still gonna have to go with the AK-47. So Mr. Swift, great job. That is a great knife. If you don't have one of these and you have any interest in like Kershaw's Speed Assist or Speed Safe, that's a great knife. All right, so let's move on. AK-47 SR1. Oh, this isn't even close for me. This thing's a beast. I mean, I like this, but why hold on to this if you got this? Except for the, maybe you want to crack somebody in the forehead down here. This thing's got all grip, all business. Looks like it's about twice as thick across the back there. So this one, ooh, tough to beat. So there we go. I'm gonna leave that one out. Leave that one over here. Now, like I said, purely talking about self-defense, can't hardly beat this. This thing, you know, everybody talks about the karambits, and those are cool if you got an edge on this side. If you have a traditional karambit where you can slice them this way and slice them both ways, but otherwise you just, and it's not gonna tickle, obviously. It's better than most everything else, but as far as being empty-handed in self-defense, but when you, it's basically grabbing with the tip of that thing and then just kind of ripping with the point. This thing just cuts in, grabs them, rips them, shreds them. We've seen this thing open up jeans, tear up into pork loins. I think it ate Brisket Boy, if I'm not mistaken. However, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about best overall knife, and you gotta take a hike because this is gonna be hard to prep with and do any kind of extra stuff with. I mean, it will, of course, it will slice things. It's just not as useful as this horrible beast here. All right, now we're gonna get into some controversy. Remove the children out of the room if they're not used to hearing swear words, because some people are gonna get upset here. We're gonna be making some difficult decisions. Let's start with the Spartan. Oh, there you go. I mean, let's weigh both of these. Let's just start getting into this really specific differences, or what are we gonna do here, or why are we doing this? Okay, you got 9.6 ounces basically with the frost. So let's just call it 9.5 and 273 grams. And then this beast with the Moab on it, we're gonna give him a little allowance there. Okay, 249 grams and 8.78 ounces, 9.63. So let's just say a difference about an ounce, 1.2 ounces or something like that. They don't feel that much difference in weight. And I think a lot of that is because of the awesomeness of this handle here, and that blade is just amazing as far as the shape of the blade for usefulness. For like a self-defense blade, we've seen this thing tear into flesh. The handle is awesome. It snugs your hand in there. I got big chunky fingers and I don't feel any kind of problem holding on to this thing. It's not cramping me up too bad or at all. It just feels like it's in there. It's not going anywhere. I love the shape of the blade. It's got the automatic opener thing here. The thumb plate catches nicely on your pants. And then there's this horrible beast of a beast. And the only thing you can give this, well, you can give it two things. You got better steel, if you're into that. This is S35. I think it's S35, is it? Yeah, so it's S35 VN. But as far as just overall awesomeness, oh, I'm gonna make some people cry here. I gotta go with the Spartan. Oh, I'm so sorry, SR1. And another thing is you can have two of these for the price of one of these. How can you go wrong with that? I know we didn't brought price in any of these, but just overall, the only drawback on this knife would be the BD1 steel. Not as good, but still a decent steel. So I'm gonna go with the Spartan. Sorry you SR1 people. This is still a great knife. It is. I'm sad now. I've hurt some people. If I hurt you, I'm sorry. All right, moving on to Colossus. Very cool blade. This thing slices like nobody's business. It's just got nothing but bad intentions. It's got great grip here. It's got a good grip here. You can come back here if you gotta do some chopping with it. It's got a really thin grind here. If you can see that. Does it make good? It would make good. Make good knife. Good knife make good. It's like a caveman. It would do feather sticking or any kind of slicing you need to do. And then you got the Spartan. Oh. Very similar blade lengths. Even the grip feels good. This is a little bit thinner. And you know what? I'm gonna hurt some feelings here. I'm putting the Spartan down just for a second to show you guys how much this thing weighs. Check out the weight on this, 7.27 ounces. So you're looking at about 2 ounces lighter and 206 grams as opposed to 270 grams and 9.5 ounces or so. I'm going with the Colossus. This is something I'll EDC more regularly. It still has the opening thumb plate. It still has the overall use for sliceability as far as, you know, prep or bushcraft kind of stuff, and it also it tears into flesh like you can't believe. Tears through material and everything. So this is a great knife. If they made a serrated one, that would be even like crazier for self-defense or whatever. All right, now it's Colossus. I'm sorry, Mr. Spartan. Fantastic knife. It's hard to say no to any of these knives. All these knives are winners in my book. You're not going to be sad to own any of them. So, all right, now we get to the one that a lot of people said was going to win. The Cold Steel Recon 1 Spear Point. This is light compared to these. So it's very EDCable. Look at that. 5.64 ounces with this thing on here. So let's just say 5.5. 160 grams. And then we got this beast, which was 206 grams. And 7 point, so about an ounce and a half more. You don't have the thumb plate opening system on here. Same length and blade, different shape obviously. The grip is awesome on this. I mean, but it's awesome on this too. This is nice and thin. It's not even close, folks. I'm going Colossus. I'm doing it. I'm sorry, I tried to make it like it was a struggle. There's no way. This thing is awesome. If you don't have one, you don't understand. And I know a lot. I'm probably losing subscribers by the thousands or the tens or whatever. How many? They're leaving, but don't leave. This is just one man's subjective opinion. And I like this one because it fits my hand better. I think I can get back here a little bit better on, especially with this lanyard. Got a little more slicing, chopping. I like the blade shape better for food prep, for bushcrafting needs. Steel's the same. I think if I had the DLC on this, it'd be even better. So there you go. This is the winner, the Colossus. Now, next one will be, oh, let's just get it out of the way. This wins. This is second place overall. You can't beat, hold on a second. All right, so this is the first place. This is the beast of all beasts for Cold Steel for me as far as folding knives. The 4-Max. I think everybody knew that. It wasn't a huge surprise. It's like who was going to win the NBA championship this year. It wasn't going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers! It wasn't going to be Cleveland. So there was no way I would think that the Colossus was going to beat the 4-Max. But the Colossus beats the Lawman. And I understand the EDC ability of the Lawman. I understand it's a great knife. It's just about perfect for it's across the board EDC. Whether you're a layperson or a knife nut or you want something helpful, or you just want something useful. But for me, just as a favorite type of knife, as one I would keep, this is it. I would put up with the weight. I've EDC'd this in my pocket before. It's not that horrible, especially if you don't mind a little bit bigger knife. And I understand there's some of you do, and that's not the point here. The point is, this is my second favorite cold steel, useful folding blade overall. So there you go. I hope I haven't lost any friends. Keep your comments kind and nice, but you know, they can be like, hey, what are you, blind, ref? Did you not see that Recon won? Have you not? What were you thinking? The Spartan's awesome. I don't mind all that. That's cool. Just keep the cursing to a minimum. All right. Like here. Subscribe here. Get over to Facebook. We're discussing this over there too. Have a conversation. Let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Do you support me? Do you support my top 3? How does that work? Are you a lawman fanatic? Just let me know. But get over to Facebook. If you're on Facebook at all and you like what we're doing here on YouTube, you're going to love what we're doing over on Facebook. It's a little more personal and a lot of fun. If you're not on Facebook, you know, you're getting stalked by an ex-girlfriend, that's fine. I understand. Facebook's not for everybody. And we're still doing cool stuff here. So, there you go. The Cold Steel Colossus. He's the second place winner. And I will talk to y'all later.